All right, ladies and gentlemen, so your screen is not frozen, my screen is frozen, as I am just displaying here the podium at the top of the Athenaeum Wek. Now, we have a few items here at the Athenaeum Wek that we're going to go over and discuss, involving one sphere at the podium and two spheres at the podium. Now, when you arrive at the Athenaeum Wek, you are going to be bombarded with enemies. You're going to be seeing a variety of different things here, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make your way around the center pillar that is located inside of this rising, escalating platform area. You're going to make your way around there. You're going to go from the right-hand side or the left-hand side. I went to the right-hand side of it. And again, you're going to be mobbed with enemies. You're going to go to the right and look straight up. And you're going to see that second sphere there. So how do you get that second sphere? The way you get that second sphere is that you are going to make a right immediately from there after locating the second sphere, and you're going to get on the glowing platforms, which is the elevator that rises up. Now, if your levels have shifted some way, you just want to get to an elevator that rises up, continue to the right hand side and make your way over to these set of elevators that will descend down from here. Now, don't do what I did. Do what my buddy's doing right here. Stand on this platform right here and continue standing on this platform, keeping an eye out for any and all enemies that will be heading towards your way. Now, the second sphere is going to be located right there in that hole, and once you get it, the boss is going to be at the top when you do the two spheres. When you do the two spheres, you get this aberration boss, and the aberration boss will be a ghost. I don't think that it changes, but it was a ghost, it was an aberration, and it gives you the insulator mutator. Spending 20% of this weapon's magazine grants a shield for 5% of max health for 13 seconds, a max 25% shield. At level 10, it increases range critical hit chance for this weapon by 10% when the shield is above 10% of max health. Now, if you did the two spheres and you make your way up to the top, you're going to get the clear halo ring. After 10 seconds of not being damaged, generate a shield for 11% of max health over 2 seconds. This is a little bit weaker than the Warden's Prime perk, which grants 17% shield over 2 seconds when you haven't been damaged for 10 seconds. So you get the Warden's effect on the ring, and that's pretty nifty, pretty neat. Now, if you did it with a singular sphere and you just turned off the machine, you will have the Echo Chamber there instead, which increases explosive damage by 10% and AoE size by 25%. Inflicting explosive damage applies exposed for 5 seconds, max 15 seconds. Exposed targets receive 15% additional damage from all sources. This goes fantastic with the Anguish or with the corrupted, what is it called? The corrupted Albion, or what is it actually called? The corrupted Aphelion. There we go. Now, once you go back down, you see the two little elevators that will go up or go down, and the one that you want to go to, if you're looking directly at the wall, it's going to be on the left hand side. You're going to raise that elevator up, and then you're going to see a pathway down there. You're going to drop down there and continue down that route to where you can only go, because all the other routes don't lead anywhere else. You're going to raise that elevator all the way up to the top and continue all the way down that pathway. And the only thing that's up here is the iron rod. The iron rod is a craftable material, of which you're going to end up giving to McCabe back there at Ward 13, and that is going to grant you the shielding shot. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble saying the shielding shot when I explain some of the things that this thing can do, so say that 10 times fast. So I keep saying iron rod, but it's an ion rod, but you know what I'm talking about. So the shielding shot ends up being a It launches a payload that bursts on contact with allies, applying a shield for 29% of max health for 19 seconds, max 50% shield. When no ally is struck, payload lays dormant until the ally gets close. Dormant payload lasts for 30 seconds and slowly loses shield potency over time. Requires 500 mod power. This is very akin to the healing shot, which launches a payload and heals for 35% of max health, and when no ally is struck, it lays dormant for 30 seconds, slowly losing healing potency over time, but that requires 600 mod power. Now, there are some unique things that you can do with the healing shot and the shielding shot, and that is giving you agency on people who can, well, like, on giving you agency on who's going to stay alive in the fight, right? You can play the role of healer if you want to, if you have a completely offensive build, or it grants you access to shields in a build that normally does not have shields. Now, the shielding strike and the healing shot, they are both indestructible objects, so you can't really shoot them and destroy them. But if you are using the summoner, then you can use the shielding shot in order to shoot your summons and give them a shield for 19 seconds. Now, it feels less than 19 seconds, maybe because I really wasn't paying attention to it, or I don't know, I wanted it to last a little bit longer. But this can be manipulated with the Warden's shield granting amount for their overall build. So the build barrier increases shield amount by 15%, and that will give them, like, what, 35 plus 15 is 50% shield. So that's going to max you out there. Now, again, some unique things you can do with it. If you do use the handler, or you do use the engineer, you can use the shielding shot or the healing shot in order to apply healing or shielding to your dog, or to apply it to your turret if you wanted to stay in the fight longer. So again, granting you agency on who is going to stay in the fight longer, and grants you that overall healing type of assault build that you want. So if you have any more ideas with these two combinations, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. Now, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video and what you can and cannot do with the shielding shot and healing shot, and all the things that you can acquire in the Athenaeum Wek. Like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers, but hitting the like button is enough to push this video out to help more people. And I will see you in the next one.